sides!
You're not bad with a lockpick. Don't come back!
Circle around.
Spread out!
Never hurts to learn something new. That's what I'm talking about. I should stay moving. I might doze off.
You there. You thirst for something
Don't
more,
forget to
no?
check for bugs.
Speak with Zalik.
What is it?
I'm with the Free Runner. Me, and a couple dozen other loyal Imperial civil servants. The Empire stood for something. My friends and I can't field an army or clear the roads. We can't keep Somerset from bullying. The Empire took the continent with logistics. All across Tamriel, powerful people need help. The kind of help the Empire used to provide. Some are... Right. The Freerunners Post acts as an... We try to keep it simple. A client asks for help, we post a bill on the board. If you see a person or group you're interested...
You there. You thirst for something more, no?
Who's there?
Speak with Zalik.
I haven't lost myself like that in
That's
years.
it?
I'm sorry for scaring you, my brave granddaughter.
Granny, you're alive! I thought you'd been eaten!
Thank
you say?
for
Up for
returning
another?
me to my senses. I hope this makes up for your trouble.
Better full pockets than empty.
Mead, mead, mead. I like it morning, noon, and eve. Oh, how does the rest of that song go?
Stupid cart. I really need to get a new one.
Oh, hello.
Hey, you asked for this. keep an ear out for anything exciting.
You dare. You thirst for something more. Sonic.
We could have some fun with that.
You there. You thirst for something more, no? Speak with Zalik.
Yeah!
Just getting started.
Do you ever pretend you're a beaver?
And Marco's failures are your opportunities. You both shall serve me well.
That should come in handy. Love the wind in my hair.
Yeah!
Where do runestones even come from?
Yeah! Yeah!
Delicate and dashing. Heavy sack. Let's do this again sometime. Look at you being resourceful. then I'll follow.
People watching at the Enclave is always so interesting. More people pass through here than I saw.
You're back.
Kyle. We could explore a delve every day, and I promise you, I wouldn't get bored.
Yeah!
Yes. Don't all clap at once. Something bugging you?
The Order thank... We don't...
Greetings, Sarah. A moment, please.
General Indara's Jade Dragoons would throw them into the sea.
Stop that thief!
Curse it! I haven't even done anything yet!
Psst, you there. Want to earn some coin and confound the law? Happened to spot a certain thief scamper up the wall behind me to escape that Lion Guard captain. Course you did. A skeever can always sniff out another skeever. If you're in the business of risk and reward, I've got a proposition for you. Yep, skeever. As in a sharp cutter with a nose for opportunity. That thief was Quen. She needs help with a caper. Preferably from a stranger in town. Someone not concerned about breaking a few of the king's laws. You interested? First, throw that Lion Guard off Quen's trail. Then go talk to her about the caper. It involves a rare and valuable item in a rich lord's estate. Naturally, you'll get a cut. But she plans to use it to form the local gangs into a new thieves' guild. One step at a time. Get rid of Captain Sansone over there. Tell him you saw the thief he was chasing head out of town. Then go meet up with Quen at the Rosy Lion Inn. Tell her Nevo sent you, and she'll fill you in on what comes next. A friend. If that's true, she'll be pleased to see you. As far as the details, it's not my story to tell. Ask Quen. She hired me to find her some qualified outside talent to work with. I'd say you fit the bill, Cutter. She's new in town. Arrived on a ship from Abba's Landing a few weeks back. I hear she's high up in the Thieves Guild there, and came to lend our local gangs a hand. Anyway, Quen cleverly hired me to keep her informed, and she pays well. Quen must have powerful enemies back in Hugh's Bane. Someone drew up a royal warrant for her arrest, and sent copies throughout the Covenant. Captain Sansone's a diligent sort, so he's been watching for her. Just bad luck he spotted her, I guess. Me? No, they call me Skeever, but I don't do capers. And I avoid the law, especially Captain Sansone, who knows me well. I deal in information. If it happens in Daggerfall, I hear all about it, and I pass it to my friends, for a small fee. Why should I? Skeevers are clever, resourceful, quick to sniff out opportunity, and they're everywhere. They get fat on what the fine people of society throw away. I admire them, Cutter. No shame in that.
You there? Did you see a dark-haired high elf woman run by?
She's a dangerous fugitive and must be apprehended. I'm tracking Queneth, a thief from Abaz Landing. Also goes by the name of Quen. King Casimir issued a royal warrant for her arrest, for crimes against the kingdom and the Covenant. That's enough for me. Quickly now, which way did she go? Don't waste my time with nonsense. This is no joking matter. She must have headed for the city gate. Quen knows I'm after her. She'll flee Daggerfall by the quickest route to avoid my justice. Out of the way! She can't be far. I'll get her this time.
Well done, Cutter. Quen's waiting at the Rosy Lion, so get moving.
You recovered all 3 of the Ansei wards.
If your information's correct, we have to move quickly.
I agree. The leaders of the 3 gangs need to see some results, or this guild idea of yours will be finished before it starts.
I knew you were thinking about me.
Now this is a surprise. What in the world are you doing in Daggerfall? I have so much to tell you, which should probably wait since I'm a little busy at the moment, but I definitely want to catch up later. You got rid of the captain? Impressive. And Nevo has an excellent sense of timing. Basil here just told me our Mark plans to sell the object of our attention, so we need to move fast. How do you feel about breaking into Iveria Estate? A rather old book, the Codex Vornet. It's said to hold the secret of Sage Vornet's legendary repository, the Nowhere Vault. Lord Iveri recently acquired the tome and keeps it locked in his strong room. I want to get my hands on that book. Can't get the one without the other. But it's not for me. It's to unite the thieves of Daggerfall. They've been forced together by the threat of a powerful cartel. But bickering and distrust holds them back. The Nowhere Vault can change that. Go upstairs and retrieve the estate map left for me in a jewelry box. I'd go myself, but someone rented the room. And thanks to Sansone, the less attention I draw right now, the better. Then meet me at Iveri Estate, on the north side of the city. That's a good question. The Lion Guard generally leaves thieves like me to the city guards, but Captain Sansone is relentless. Apparently he received a warrant for my arrest, for crimes against the realm. Serious enough. It means the warrant has the royal stamp of approval. Seems a message from Abaz Landing reached King Casimir soon after I arrived here, and he signed for my arrest. Obviously, it's some sort of mistake. Not while I still have work to do. I can't afford to spend months in a cell while some magistrate tries to determine my innocence. And if it's not a mistake, if someone has plotted against me, I might never... Basil sent word to the Thieves Guild in Abaz Landing, looking for advice on how to form a guild here in Glenumbra. I was dispatched to help the 3 Daggerfall gangs set aside their differences and work together. So far, it's not going that well. Since the rise of the Coldane Cartel, definitely. Part mercantile guild, part criminal syndicate, they're intent on crushing smaller gangs. If we can't help Daggerfall's thieves stand together, I fear they'll fall to the cartel. Abaz Landing could use allies in High Rock. When our people need to lay low, they could hide here. When we have goods too well known to fence back home, we could sell them here. Naturally, we'd do the same for Daggerfall's thieves. It's a win-win. I've been good. Things in Abaz Landing are much better than they were when you last visited. We're comfortable in our situation these days. In fact, I travel a lot, looking for opportunities to work with thieves in other cities. Velsa is still... Velsa, and Walk Softly is just as dapper as ever. Plus, the guild's prospering under Zira. She has a gift for strategy. She saw an opportunity here and sent me. A smart move, if I can bring these 3 gangs together. We can get into all that later. Right now, let's concentrate on the Iveri Estate and securing the Codex. The leaders of the Daggerfall gangs are good, but knowing I've got you to help out too, well, now I feel much better about our prospects.
I am pleased to see Quen has a friend she trusts. This is a sensitive matter. My daughter Celine likes to tease me about my obsession with Sage Vornet's legendary book, but I assure you it's quite real. Now, retrieve the map and be on your way.
I saw smoke off toward Dellen's Mill. Something terrible must have happened there.
Hey, grab a drink.
If you have anything suspicious to report, talk to Captain Arson or Lieutenant Python.
Over here! This is the spot. You got the map? It's amazing what a few coins slipped to the right servant can buy. Let's have a look. Ah, the larder. That's our way in. And hopefully the first step in bringing Daggerfall's gangs together as a proper thieves guild. Celine Menant controls House Menant. Her people are burglars and swindlers. Edwayne's street hawks consist of footpads and pickpockets working the streets of Daggerfall, while Abrazier's roadsworn conduct highway robberies of caravans and travelers. That's still an open question. Basil, who ran House Menant before turning it over to his daughter, petitioned my guild for assistance. The three gangs are trying to resist the more aggressive Kaldane cartel, but the leaders don't get along. That's my plan in a nutshell. Now pick the lock while I keep watch. Then we sneak to the larder door on the south corner of the house and slip inside. Lord Yveri keeps his rarest tomes in the house's strong room. That's where we'll find the codex. Don't forget the part where we slip away with no one the wiser. Avoid bloodshed and don't draw attention to yourself. We don't want the city guard or Captain Sensone looking to pin a murder on me when we're done here.
Deposit?
Ready for whatever you've got. I didn't even hear it click.
Now let's get in there. Meet you at the larder door.
What's our
Avoid
story
the
if we
entries.
get caught?
We don't want to kill anyone.
Do you consider this honorable behavior?
Who locks a servant's door anyway? Never mind, I got it.
Pocket what you can.
Excellent. No servants in sight. Time to... Wait! Get down!
Bridget says the Major Domo has one key to the strong room. The other's in Iveri's nightstand.
I'll get it. His room's in the North Hall, right? Any valuables I pass along the way, I'm helping myself.
Whatever. Bridget said what's in the strong room is all that matters. So let's get that key.
Cold... I wasn't expecting to find the Coldane cartel prowling the estate. Oh, Basil said Lord Iveri had a new buyer, but I didn't think it would be these ruffians. I can't believe they're after the Codex too. One and the same. They claim to be a mercantile guild, but they're just violent thugs bent on dominating High Rock's criminal underworld. The thieves we're helping are the only ones still willing to stand up to the cartel. Doesn't matter. They're after the keys to the strong room. We need to get them first. I'll find the Major Domo's key. You get the one in the Lord's bedchamber. We'll meet at the strong room, which the map indicates is upstairs by the banquet hall. Careful, you shouldn't go dropping the L word into casual conversation. Could give a person the wrong idea. I'd like to avoid a fight if at all possible. Still, if worse comes to worst, do what you need to do. Get the key from the bedchamber, then meet me by the banquet hall upstairs.
You do this often?
I'm sounding the alarm!
Lord Iveri should have hired better guards.
Mother Mara, I hope my husband knows what he's doing. Kuldain's brutes are simply awful.
There you are. Come on, it's this way.
What's the move?
2 locks. Whatever. We need to turn our keys at the same time. As the Bretons say, voila, we're in. Look for the codex, and anything else that catches your eye. I want to make sure that's all we need. intriguing. Hang on to it so we can show Basil later.
Hear that? Somewhere, a little heart just broke.
You found the Codex? Great! That's everything. Let's talk. You found the Codex Vornet and an amulet? Prowler's Talisman. Name's engraved right on it. Not sure what this Prowler's Talisman does, but maybe Basil has some idea. I did find papers related to the Codex, though. An heirloom that's a key. Interesting. And why is Lord Ivari keeping it in the bank instead of this strong room? Looking at the Codex, I can't read a word of it. I hope Basil can help us decipher it. Lord Ivari couldn't read a word of the Codex either. In the notes I found, he speculated that it's magically encrypted. He planned to ask the Mages Guild about some new research that might help decipher it. Time to go. Here, let me have the Codex. You did a good job staying out of sight, but those cartel thugs we saw could arrive at any moment. Let's take a different route out of the estate. The map shows a side passage leading from this room. We should be able to stay out of sight, but mind your step anyway. You may have noticed, Lord Ivari has several This way! I don't want those cartel thugs to find us here. Excellent. The passage should keep us hidden from...
I'll be damned if I'm going to give Coldane the Codex now. I'm done with your cartel.
Let's see what's going on.
Now, Lord Ivari. The cartel's here to protect you. No need to get angry.
My estate is crawling with your thugs. Someone stole a key from my major domo. We're finished here.
No one walks away from a deal with Gavin Coldane and lives, my lord.
The cartel's not playing around. Time for us to leave. Meet me at the Thieves' Den in the Daggerfall Outlaws' Refuge. Oh, I can't leave this. But we need to go. Grab anything not bolted down and run for it before they catch us.
Gotcha, you sneak!
This is perfect. We'll tell the city guards we found Lord Iveri's killer.
Yes, Irfan. They're tied up tight. Huh? What was that?
I'll untie you. One moment. Half of Daggerfall's looking for Quen. That should do it. Now, head to the Thieves' Den. Quen will want a full report.
This one won't tell anybody we were here.
Let's cause some trouble.
You stuck your nose where it don't belong, sneak.
You're so free! Quick! I think I'm going down.
Let me introduce you to my ally.
Pay for this. We showed
Cartel
them.
will see to that.
That was an exit. Quen said you might come this way. Keep going, Cutter. I'll make sure you aren't followed. Quen's waiting for you back at the Thieves' Den. You'll find it in the Outlaws' Refuge. If you don't know your way around Daggerfall, there's an entrance just outside the city's east gate. Quen asked me to watch the estate. Make sure you made a clean escape and misdirect any pursuit away from the Thieves' Den. You'll be happy to know you're halfway to Rivenspire already. What was all that racket inside? The cartel. Those thugs are nothing but trouble. How much you want to wager they're already blaming some bloody hunted housebreakers for the Lord's death? Get to the Thieves' Den.
Yeah! I hope you've got deep, loose pockets. Yeah!
Bet there's a great tavern around here.
I admit it.
The Codex Fournet. I knew Father's inquiries would pay off.
All I see are pages covered in gibberish. What good is a book we can't read?
Edwayne's using his head for once. Old stories don't fill my coin purse. We need to take down the cartel.
I'm telling you, this changes everything. Ah, Gwen's accomplice is back. Might I have a word? I apologize for intruding back there. I'm sure you would have found your way out of that predicament without my assistance. Still, I was in position to lend a helping hand, so I did. A simple precaution, you must understand. As I only just met you, and I'm still evaluating Quen, it only seemed prudent. Now that I'm retired, I do my best to find ways to be useful. That was in my own self-interest. No doubt the cartel planned to bleed you for information before they let the city guard find you. The less Coldane's thugs know about me, the better. Now, Quen says you found an amulet. May I see it? Why, this is the Prowler's talisman. There's a story about a thief who found this in the Nowhere Vault, but what became of it remained a mystery. Well, until now. Hang on to it, friend. It could prove useful, if the stories are to be believed. It's said to aid thieves in some way, and that it can be made more powerful. I know someone who specializes in such trinkets. I'll send for them, and they can tell us more. I have no idea how Iveri got his hands on it, but it's yours now.
Well, we've got the Codex. If we can figure out how to use it. Let's talk, partner. Welcome to our Thieves' Den, partner. I filled the Daggerfall gang leaders in on our work at the estate, and the trouble with the Coldane cartel. As expected, none of us are happy to learn that they're interested in the Codex too. Indeed, good thieves, all of them. But they still don't completely trust each other, and they aren't totally sure about me. I'll introduce you to them soon enough. What happened after we split up? You and I have very different ideas about fun, partner. If I'm ever forced to draw my weapon, then something has gone terribly wrong. And going toe-to-toe with those Coldane cartel brutes? No thank you. How did you get away from them, by the way? After the cartel murdered Lord Iveri, it was clear they weren't going to be reasonable. I doubt they gave you a choice, but that's the life of a thief. Sometimes the unexpected gets in the way of the best plans. Were you able to grab any loot? That's too bad, but it happens. Fortunately, I was able to grab a few things. You did your job today, so you're entitled to a share. Anyway, this partnership is off to a great start. Exactly. You and me, two outsiders, working to turn 3 rival gangs into a proper thieves guild. Retrieving the Codex Vornet was just the first step in my plan. And we did it right under the nose of the Coldane cartel. Good work, partner. The threat of the Coldane cartel forced the Daggerfall gangs together, but it's a brittle alliance. To convince them to form a proper thieves guild, we stole the Codex Vornet. But before we can see where it leads, we have a puzzle to solve. Three puzzles, in fact. What research did Lord Iveri want from the Mages Guild? Is that our only way to decipher the Codex? And how does the key stored in the Bank of Daggerfall fit in? Add to that the Coldane cartel, and it's a lot to deal with. Talk to the gang leaders, Celine, Edwayne, and Abrasia. Engage them with tasks to invest them in our puzzles. They don't trust each other, and they don't trust me. But you're new. Iveri Estate showed me you have potential. What do you say? To find the Nowhere Vault, we need to decipher the Codex. So, get Edwayne to help with the Mages Guild, Celine to assist at the bank, and Abrasia to figure out the cartel's role in all this. Also, I brought in job brokers, in case you want more to do. They don't agree on anything. Oh, Edwayne and Celine agree Abrasia is a violent thug, while Abrasia and Edwayne see Celine as a spoiled dilettante. But that's not very helpful for finding common ground. Which leader do you want to ask about? Don't let the fine clothes and graceful manners fool you. Celine is a very capable burglar. She studies her marks with care, devising clever ways to slip into a noble's vault or mingle with wealthy guests. No one ever realizes she's a thief. It's true that Edwayne and Abrasia lead larger gangs, but Basil, and now Celine, have built House Menant into an efficient criminal operation nestled within Daggerfall's elite society. They're experts at retrieving high-value hauls. Abrasia's a wild one. She's a notorious highway robber who leads a gang called the Roadsworn. They plunder caravans and raid trading posts, taking what they want at sword point. It's reckless, but Abrasia makes it seem romantic. Abrasia doesn't bother to steal from the common folk, and she doesn't hurt anyone who isn't trying to hurt her. But yes, she's left plenty of caravan guards dead in the road. Abrasia laughs at danger and lives loud. Her Roadsworn love her for it. Abrasia and her Roadsworn were the first gang to attract the attention of the Coldane cartel, most likely because of her interest in caravans and trading posts. She's hurt the cartel's legitimate mercantile businesses, such as they are. Edwayne grew up as a pickpocket on the streets, stealing to survive. Many gutter snipes don't get far in life, but Edwayne made lots of friends and learned to use his wits. He's clever, cautious, and popular with the common folk. Many of them see Edwayne and his street hawks as protectors. They guard the streets from more violent criminals, and take care not to steal more than people can bear to lose. Edwayne's not only a skilled thief, he has eyes and ears everywhere. I have no preference. Basil reached out and I'm just here to help. That's why I want to see how they cooperate when given a common goal. They need to decide for themselves which vision is ultimately best for their guild. That's not up to me. Certainly. The tip board here features quick jobs such as pickpocketing or safe box pilfering in various locations. They turn over fast, so you should see something different there every day. Up above, you'll find Heist Master Farandar. He oversees risky, time-sensitive jobs that offer high rewards. Or you could check the reacquisition board in the next room. Jocelyn Media is always looking for help recovering lost property. I leave that to you. Abrasia can be impatient, so I wouldn't keep her waiting too long. On the other hand, we don't know much about the research Lord Iveri wanted from the Mages Guild. It could be another book, or a visiting scholar about to leave. Things can sit in a bank forever. Still, Lord Iveri's heirs now own this key or heirloom he left in the bank. If the Coldane cartel gets to them, we might lose it. All 3 jobs seem urgent to me, so pick one to start and do your best.
Quen's onto something, daughter. The Nowhere Vault is exactly the job this Thieves Guild needs.
We're hardly a Thieves Guild, Father. At least not yet. But I agree. The Nowhere Vault is too tempting a target to ignore. Ah, Quen's partner. Truly a pleasure.
I couldn't help over here. It's one of my talents. I'm not sure if I'll ever see...
So, you got into it with the Coldane cartel? Huh, about time somebody did. They're going to kill us all if we don't do something about them. Which is the only reason I'm even talking to the Menants and the Street Hawks. What happened on Quen's job?
Fresh tip caught your interest? I know the place. Say the word, and we can all be a little richer today. I would think its purpose is pretty clear, but it's the finer details that are of interest, eh? A smuggler's cove of some convenience. A little too well known for anyone to stick around for long. Expect the current tenants.
I couldn't help over here. It's one of my talents. I'm not sure if I'll ever see eye to eye with the Menants or the Roadsworn, but that's not on you. I am interested in what Quinn was saying about research from the Mages Guild, though. Well, that certainly goes along with some information that recently came to my attention. I got word that a Telvanni emissary arrived in Daggerfall with papers to add to the Guild's archives. Papers about Sage Burnett. Intriguing, isn't it? Hasn't Quinn told you? I have friends all over this town. No one looks twice at beggars or street sweepers, yet they see and hear everything. And mages do like to talk. But stealing from the Mages Guild Hall can be tricky. They have magic, you know. Simple. We pickpocket it. It's easier to lift a parcel from whoever's carrying it before Master Gaillard locks it up in the archives. Let me know when you're ready, or if there's something you need to do first. I'll meet you at the Mages Guild.
You know the...
Would be nice to get a drink or two.
I've had enough.
Think you can just walk right in? No, you cannot.
You have no right to be in here.
The Divines walked at your side at Torina. Ariel bless you.
I know what you need.
How can you sleep at night? You can't throw a spell without magicka. Let's loot the place and leave.
Over here!
Here
We have
you can
much
see the
to
third
discuss,
law
you
of
and I.
arcane pyrodynamics in action, class. Do not take these concepts lightly.
Keep an ear out for anything exciting.
Hold. We've observed your travels through Grot.
Giddy up! Let's get out of here!
Worthless gadabouts! Don't make me throw you on your arse!
Delicate and dashing. This shouldn't take long.
Here to make a delivery? If you're ready, so am I. Hopefully this taught my client that they aren't yet ready to tackle a dungeon full of skeletons. Maybe they should start with skeevers in the local sewers. Either way, more money for you and me. Good job. Here's your cut.
Gwen's onto something, daughter.
Need
The
a
Nowhere
tally?
Vault is exactly the job.
Oh, I know you did. People are already talking about the rash of break-ins. I can hardly keep up with the flood of merchants making security deposits with the guild. I've got your cut of that right here. You could have left Zira and kept the guild for yourself. I guess you and I are cut from a different cloth than old Nick. Suits me fine. I'm still cleaning up the mess the last power grab made for our books. Accounting, inventory, managing the futility of keeping the lot of you honest. You have any idea how hard it is to watch the coffers in a den of thieves? It's like watching my sister multiplied by, I don't know, a lot. I don't get much sleep.
Ah, Quen's partner. Truly a pleasure. I understand you already met my father, Basil. Is there something I or House Menant can help you with? Indeed. One wonders if Lord Iveri sent this key to the bank specifically so the Coldane cartel wouldn't find it in his manor when they came to call. If so, we should stroll over and retrieve it. You can go anywhere you like if you appear to belong there, and perhaps arrange a distraction. A keen ear for gossip, some light words, or a little kindness to the right people can take you far. Of course, somnol powder helps. Here, a packet of somnol powder. Toss it near an inconvenient guard or nosy witness, and they briefly fall asleep on their feet. Very useful for slipping by someone without fuss or bloodshed. Do you want me to give you a demonstration? See the dummy there? Try tossing the powder at its feet. Excellent! I'd say you've got the hang of it. As you can see, throwing a packet of somnol powder is easier than tossing a dagger, and far less bloody. No permanent injuries. We may find it useful for our work at the bank today. Certainly. You'll learn to determine when somnol powder will be useful. I hear vendors in the Thieves' Den plan to sell it soon, but I'll replenish your stock as needed when we meet at the bank. Remember, we want to avoid regrettable occurrences,
I am merely an interested spectator, friend. I retired from this life ages ago. My daughter handles all House Menant's business now. You should talk to her. Oh, and seek out Mylan Deshri here in the den to learn more about the Prowler's talent.
Go on. Talk with Celine and Abrasia, for whatever that's worth.
Ah, you're the one Basil told me about. The thief who found the Prowler's talisman. May I see it? Remarkable. It's been a long-held dream of mine to get to examine this item of myth and legend. Oh, there's so much more to tell. It was one of Sage Vornet's prized possessions. When it's fully restored, it can grant its wearer tremendous power. Especially useful for someone in your line of work. Even like this, it's a remarkable relic. Look closely. See those tiny settings along the center? Gemstones slide into them, each one a focused source of power that amplifies the talisman's magic. I can't say whether the sage removed them himself, or if time simply scattered them. You bring it straight to me. I've studied this talisman enough to fit each stone properly and coax the magic back into place. And I'll admit it, I'd love to see the Prowler's talisman reach its full potential. I'd wager at least one of them is still hiding in the Nowhere Vault. As for the rest, I'll need some time to look into it. If the talisman's been passed from... Ah, you're the one Basil told me about. The thief. Scraps and whispers, but nothing I'd swear by. I think we can safely assume that there's at least one gemstone in the Nowhere Vault. The rest are less certain. I suspect that someone once had the talisman and removed the gems for some reason. I think they're close, Glenumbra close. Though, I'll confess, some of my information comes from a tavern conversation after a mug too many. So, take it with a pinch of salt, or a drop of ale.
Oh, you know what I mean. There's been trouble around Glenumbra lately. Raids, sudden strikes, that sort of thing. One rumor I tracked down claims a gemstone changed hands in the confusion. The other is pure speculation. Buried treasure near Cath Bedreau. That's all I have. You and the others all know the stories. How Sage Vernet tucked away all manner of treasures in there. Not a proper hoard, more like a scholar's stash, except every trinket hums with magic. The gemstone could be on display or a part of another item. My research suggests that the gemstones contain a crazy amount of magicka, which is why they can make the talisman more powerful. I think they may have been used over the centuries to do the same thing to other relics. And that the sage had one.
So, you got into it with the Coldane cartel? Huh, about time somebody did. They're going to kill us all if we don't do something about them. Which is the only reason I'm even talking to the Menants and the Street Hawks. What happened on Quinn's job? Obviously, they somehow got word we were after the Nowhere Vault and decided to swoop in. But Quinn's right. We need more information. And I know where to begin. The Redrook bandits at Illisan Tower. We can dig up some answers there. The Redrooks work for the cartel. Besides, Coldane hides its criminal activity so the cartel appears legitimate. Mercenaries and vassal gangs do all the dirty work. Around Daggerfall, that's the Redrooks and their chief Dremic. My road sworn have taken the brunt of the cartel's abuse, and some of them are former Redrooks. Coldane sends written orders to Dremic. So we go pay him a visit. Or, meet me in the dungeon under the tower if you have something else to do first. Simple. We slip inside the Redrook camp, make our way to Dremic's quarters, and grab any Coldane cartel orders or documents we find there. Then, we slip out, maybe leaving a surprise or two behind. You ready to go? Boring. Talk, talk, talk. That's all everyone does around here.
The Mages Guild it's a little more involved than that. That's what I like to hear. Bring your stickiest fingers and meet me outside the Mages Guild Hall. I'll do a little reconnaissance to make sure we don't walk blindly into a building filled with suspicious mages and angry guards. I'll meet you outside the Mages Guild.
Pity on me?
Right here, friend. I've been waiting for you. This might be tricky. There are a lot of people around, and the city guards are on edge after Lord Iveri's murder. On the bright side, I've been watching for a bit, and I know what we need to do. Mostly. As I told you in the den, a Telvanni emissary arrived to present research papers to Master Guyard. The two of them are talking just up the path. We need to move them someplace where we can listen in. My friend here should be able to help. Carso is a great thief. Here, give him a treat and he'll provide a distraction. Some fake coins can do the same for bystanders, too. Once we get our marks into position, we'll listen in. One of those mages should have the papers we want. Not sure. That's why we need to eavesdrop and find out who's carrying the notes. Pickpocketing requires observation and patience. I'll pull you out if things go awry, but I'm going to let you take the lead. Let's just take things one step at a time. First, we use distractions to maneuver those two mages over there into a place where we can listen in without them noticing. Think of it as staging a play. We need to place the actors so the scene goes just the way we want it to. Our tools are distraction and misdirection. First, we move that small crowd there. That's a job for Carso. I expect our mages to naturally distance themselves from the crowd, but we don't want them to go too far. We'll use those shiny coins to keep them from continuing down the street, and then I'll nudge them into just the right spot. Be my guest. If you can walk up on the two of them in the open like that, you're a better thief than I am. Otherwise, I advise patience. You'll make us both look like fools. There's a basket by the tree up the path. Let's get the mages closer to it so we can eavesdrop. Too many people around. But Carso can distract them.
I'm glad I ran into you. What are you wearing to the party?
Oh, hey there, fellow. You want to play?
You're going to bother me now?
Maybe I could keep him. What a cute little dog.
See? Crowds love a merry dog. Now, let's put that drunkard over yonder to use. If that drunkard obstructs the street, our mages should hesitate. Good. People avoid others making fools of themselves.
Now that's a lot of coin. Someone ought to pick it up.
Next time I'm tying it around my neck.
I believe I misplaced my favorite.
All right, I'm on my way. Get into position. I don't feel so
Drink
good.
a bottle of the blue stuff.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
Let's find somewhere more private to speak.
Why is your mysterious patron interested in Sage Vornet anyway?
I never got the chance to ask. Lord Every was murdered during a burglary.
That's terrible. And ironic. The papers were sitting in a guild library for ages.
Rosen will find a place for them in our repository.
I couldn't quite make out what they were saying from here. Did they mention anything about the research notes we're supposed to steal? Ah, Rosen is Guyard's assistant. She'll be downstairs in the restricted part of the guild hall. There probably won't be many people around. I once went down there with an initiate and, well, never mind. Head down to the guild repository and lift the research notes from Rosen. Try not to get caught, but I'll do what I can to provide some...
What is it?
If I lose any more, I'll be out on the street.
I heard that Dominion soldiers have landed at Farwatch. Can you tell me anything else?
You're back. Are we done here? No cries of outrage, no angry guards. Things must have gone well. I'd say you have a promising future in property redistribution. No clue what this arcane dissertation is supposed to tell us about Quen's book, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Anyway, looks like we got what we came for. I admit, I wasn't sure about you. Nice work. That won't be necessary. Just remember that it can be tricky working in public spaces like this. All it takes is one barking dog or sharp-eyed passerby, and suddenly the whole town is on you. So, what's next for you? Quen mentioned something about a special key in the bank when she got back from the estate job. I'm not surprised to hear Celine has an angle for that. Bank jobs are risky. Hope she knows what she's... I'll take these notes back to Quen. Not sure how they're going to help us read a book full of gibberish, but then again, I'm no mage. See you the same way 100 other orphans in the streets did, I suppose. I was hungry and needed something to eat. Still, I guess something my parents taught me before the flu took them stuck. Because I always felt bad about stealing stuff. Whenever I could, I tried to balance the scales. Do a small favor for someone if I couldn't pay. Sweep up at closing or keep the other street rats away. It taught me the value of making friends. I teach my street hawks to do the same. Look, our gangs are too small to stand up to the Coldane cartel individually, so Basil convinced us there was safety in numbers, calling in Quen and proposing to form a thieves' guild. As your very question suggests, none of us see eye to eye. Celine is a noble. She doesn't need to steal. This is all just an amusement to her. She never had to sneak an apple from a cart or bread from a basket to curb her hunger. I like Celine. I admire her father. But they should leave the thieving to us. That's simple. I don't trust her. Abrasia boasts about living free, but she's a bloody-handed robber with a short attention span. The moment she gets bored, someone gets hurt. I'll work with her if I must, but I won't turn my back on her. Not ever. Obviously, we're trying to work together, but it will never last. How can it? The Street Hawks and the Road Sworn are too different, and House Monat treats our livelihood as a game. Quen... Good boy, Carso. Good boy.
For King Casimir, prepare to fall.
My stomach thinks my throat's been cut. I fear the criminal Queneth remains at large, Lady Celine. But you can be sure I will find her. Good day.
Captain Sansone is very determined. Oh, over here, my dear.
Welcome to the bank.
Shornhelm is safe, thanks to you. We'll make sure those Montclairs never come back.
Gwen's going to lead the law to our doorstep if she's not careful. Well, let's get to work. I chatted with the manager. Lord Ivery's key is in the vault below, while his debt bond contracts are in 2 safe boxes upstairs. We should retrieve. We came here to get that key, assuming it has some connection to the Codex. But I think we should retrieve those debt bond contracts first. I leave that to you. My father and I will provide a distraction. Here, to hold someone's debt puts you in a powerful position. Ivery's contract could blackmail or ruin a lot of people. I don't want the Coldane cartel to claim them. While you get the contracts, I'll see about getting us into the vault. I know of a hidden access in a disused passage below. Which reminds me, you need to avoid violence. Use the Somnol powder I gave you if you run into trouble. Retrieve the contracts, then meet me downstairs. Now, be ready to make your move. Oh, Eliza! First that horrible tragedy at Ivery Estate, and now a criminal at large?
It's terrible. I'm glad Captain Sansone is looking into it personally.
Troublemakers ready
Indeed.
to cause trouble.
I have the utmost confidence in the Lion Guard.
The captain, oh,
Oh no. Father!
Can we look through their things? You're not bad with a lockpick.
Bet there's a great tavern around here. Let's get you some fresh air. Pocket what you can.
There you are. Let me open this locking mechanism. Almost got it. Ah! There's a spring I need to hold open. There. Get the key, and only the key, please. Sorry, I had to let the door close behind you. Look around.
Can we look for their things?
Stand out. Find the key, then leave by the side passage. It leads to the city wall. I must go. Did I forget to mention that secret exit? Never quite found a need to use it until now.
Keeping secrets from your
Isn't Father a wonderful actor?
Good for you. I wondered why you told me to meet you here.
Isn't Father a wonderful actor? Just goes to prove that the simplest diversions work best. I assume you retrieved Lord Iveri's key and the debt bond contracts? A rather curious-looking key. What door does it open? Perhaps the answer lies in the Codex Fornet, provided we can ever read it. Now, I confess I left both tasks in your hands to gauge your skill for myself. Did you run into any trouble? Well done. I know a job never goes perfectly, but thieves do better when they leave mysteries instead of bounties in their wake. Let the authorities wonder how it was done, assuming they even noticed the crime. Anyway, what's your next task? Ah, yes. She told Quen earlier that she thought she could get some answers from the Red Rooks at Ilisan Tower. Be careful, my dear. Abrasia rarely worries about avoiding bloodshed. I'll return to the den and keep this key safe for now. My father will take great pleasure in destroying those debt bond contracts, but this key is clearly worth keeping. I'm still unsure about forming a guild with the other gangs, as our animosity runs deep. But Quinn's heist has sparked my imagination. I should think the answer is obvious. I followed my father into the family business. There was a time when House Menant was on the verge of ruin. My grandfather gambled away his inheritance. My father had to find a way to get it back. While we are no longer impoverished, I have learned that with my particular skill set, I can do some good in this world. Return lost valuables to their proper owners. Rescue items of beauty from those who would hoard and hide them away. Not always. Sometimes I pilfer a jewel that catches my eye. But I spend as much time finding lost treasures no one owns as I do stealing jewels from lords and merchants. And I steal from no one who doesn't deserve to part with a little wealth. Have you met Abrasia? That woman is the very embodiment of contrariness. Yet I understand she came from circumstances very different from my own. She has made something of herself, in her own way. I just think she could be more. Abrasia has the wits and ambition to succeed in anything she chooses to do. And Dwayne, too. They don't have to settle for being street thieves and robbers. My father obviously approves of this notion of forming a thieves' guild, but I'm not convinced. As an idea, nothing. As a reality, is the threat of the cartel enough to truly bind our three rival gangs together? And what do Quen and her superiors in Abaz Landing get out of all this? Until my suspicions are allayed, I remain skeptical.
Hey, you're alive! Would be nice to get a drink or two. No time to waste.
There you are. You made it. Let's talk about the plan. Welcome to Illisan Tower's dungeon. If someone tried to stab you on the way in, that's normal. This place has been a Red Rook hideout for as long as anyone can remember. I've had a scrap or two here myself. Ready to cause some trouble? This door leads to the lower dungeon. We go in and make our way to Dremic's quarters. Up some stairs in the eastern passage. Grab any cartel correspondence we find. Gavin Kuldane loves telling pissants like Dremic what to do, in writing. Here, I wrote some fake notes for Dremic's Red Rook rivals. Hints of mutiny to sow a little chaos. Plant these in likely spots. I could do it myself, but I'm giving you a chance to impress me. And I expect you to move fast. On jobs like this, the goal is to grab as much loot, or in this case, plant as many notes as possible before people catch on. Each time someone spots you, time gets shorter. Here's your test. Time's running out. You don't fail if you take too long, but I'll be disappointed.
Someone just left this lying around?
That note should start some trouble. 2 more to go. Dremic! You're the best the Red Rook's got? Ooh, I'm shaking in my boots. That's it. Grab the correspondence and meet me outside. One more note to plant. Don't disappoint me now. Those notes ought to ruffle some feathers. Let's go. Meet me outside the city gate.
You're tapped out. Grab some magicka.
I keep my blade sharp.
Wasting time is an important part of life.
keep an ear out
I
for
love the
anything
sound
exciting.
of a... Not bad, Outlaw. You got the job done, and you didn't get either of us captured or killed. You might just work out. Now, let's have a look at that cartel correspondence you picked up. What do you make of it? Ah, damn it. The cartel was a problem before, but this puts us in direct competition. Coldane writes that one of his chiefs got picked up by the Lion Guard. Huh, this Cogwin might be worth looking into. Anyway, want to know how you did on my test? Ha ha. I was going to say you did pretty good, at least until you decided to be a Wise-Arse. It isn't easy to be both fast and stealthy, but there's nothing like the thrill of a job well done. Where are you off to next? You did. And you made it through working with all three of us? Some days I can barely work with myself. Guess you'd better go report back to Quen. Go on ahead. I want to watch for a bit. See if any cartel messengers turn up. Or if the Red Rooks send out a runner to tell Coldane what happened here. And thanks again for the help. That's a pretty personal question, Outlaw. I don't know if you've earned an honest answer from me yet. Let's just say I had a rough start. I learned early on that no one was going to give me anything. I'd have to take it. I don't give it a second thought. I go where I want, I drink and laugh and carouse when I feel like it, and I bend the knee to no one. Not Coldane, not some king or emperor. No one. The world owes me. Until the day I die, I'm going to make it pay. We were literally rivals yesterday, and today we're trying to work together? It's not natural. And I don't know if this is the best fit for me or my Roadsworn. But to answer your question, Edwayne and Celine are soft. They lack, ambition. Nerve, daring, swagger, call it what you will. With the Street Hawks, the Menants, I guess, and my Roadsworn together, we could be the Lords of High Rock. Take what we want and spit in the world's eye. That would be my kind of guild. Just that my idea of a guild and what the other gang leaders think, I'm not sure they line up. And Quen, we're just supposed to trust a thief we don't know from a place I've never been to? No, there are too many unanswered questions for my liking.
Would be nice to get a drink or two.
Fresh tip caught your interest? I would...
Drink a bottle of the blue stuff. I didn't even hear it click. You can't throw a spell without magicka.
Keep your weapons ready. I'm starting to see double.
Hey, not every job goes according to plan, but that... Got your latest? Not bad. We'll have some heat on us for a little while, but the goods will...
Are you gonna make me one? Ooh!
Yes, I know.
The Koldane cartel is a problem. We need to hit them first.
I'm not going to get Streethawks killed because you want to fight.
We're a step ahead of Koldane. Why engage when we can just let him chase us?
And hope the cartel goes away? That's as useless as fighting.
Quarreling is getting us nowhere. Our friend's back. I need a word, partner. Despite the argument you just witnessed, the gang leaders were impressed with your work out there. So far, you show all the signs of being an exemplary thief. We're lucky to have you. Now, I want your perspective. How did things go today? Celine was very proud of what happened at the bank. I have an idea about that key, but what you and Abrasia uncovered at Ilyson Tower, we need to talk to that Lion Guard prisoner. What about the research from the Mages Guild? It will take some time for me to go over the notes with Basil. He's the closest thing we have to an expert on Librarian Henard and Sage Vornet. Hopefully, though, what we need is in that research. Basil says that everything he's ever heard or read about the Nowhere Vault is that it requires special keys to open. Nowhere keys. I think this may be one of them. Hopefully, the Codex can tell us more. Now, one more thing, but we can't talk here. Let's step outside for a moment so we can speak privately, partner. The next chamber should do. We'll continue this there. There you are. Now that we have some privacy, let's talk. We made progress with the puzzles we set out to solve, and that's good. But I also wanted you to meet Celine, Abrasia, and Edwene. To work with them and get a sense of who they are. So let's not overlook the most important task you accomplished today. You engaged all 3 gang leaders to work toward a common goal. And better yet, you won their trust with your skill and discretion. Thanks to you, we're finally on the path to forging the Daggerfall Thieves Guild. Here, your cut from today's take. You did everything I asked and more, but I'm still worried. The Coldane Cartel is not only seeking to take control of the Glenumbra underworld, they're after our prize. Now that our gang leaders are engaged, it's time to formulate a new plan. It's clear we need more information about Librarian Henard and his research into the Codex. I also think we should speak with his cartel prisoner, Cogwyn. So let's see what Celine, Abrasia, and Edwene suggest. Call it a test. We won't be here to aid them forever. Time to see if our leaders can put aside their rivalries and start acting like a guild. If we can show Glenumbra's thieves what they can accomplish when they work together, the sky's the limit. Can you help me? The 3 gang leaders are in the map room, arguing again. Join the discussion and see if you can get them to agree on whether we should pursue the Librarian or the captured cartel thug next. And take Librarian Henard's research. You may need it. Beyond what you saw? For one thing, the Codex Vornet must have been in Henard's collection for quite some time. He studied it extensively, so obviously he didn't have trouble reading it. I wonder if he's the one who encrypted the book. Henard's notes touch on the Nowhere Vaults in several places. I came across references to wondrous relics, mystical artifacts, and lore lost to the ages. Nothing I recognized, but then again, Vornet lived a very long time ago. You're missing the point. It doesn't matter what I think. We need to see if the 3 gang leaders can figure out a strategy on their own. Stop arguing long enough to actually agree on something, perhaps. If they can't, there won't be a guild. Me? No, this is going to be a thieves' guild for Daggerfall. It needs one of them to step up and lead it. Let's help them learn to get along first, and maybe keep them from getting crushed by the Coldane Cartel. Then we figure out the rest.